Welcome back, and as many of you know, it is that time of year again. It is Hall of Fame time. And we're not talking about the Baseball Hall of Fame, we're talking about the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. Now, for many years, from its inception, Mike Baseball Collector has been running it. Now, it belongs to a ticket leprechaun. Legends never die. Rules have changed a little bit this year, which is fine by me. But thankfully, I still meet the 1 year requirement of making content in order to cast my vote. So I have a ballot of 10 channels I'm going to vote for this year. Some of them you've heard many times over with other channels casting their votes. And hopefully there's one or two that may be new to you and that you'll go check out, because there's some great collectors out there. So I'm going to go through some of the more common names that you're kind of seeing in a lot of the videos. Now I'm going to get to the last two, which are personally very important to me in my watch time and the friendships I've been able to form. Is, hey, some of this is biased, so be it. So starting off, we have Legends Never Die. So our new commissioner, has yet to be voted into the Hall of Fame. So let's change that this year. Great content. Even when he was a leprechaun, a wee leprechaun, still making great content. And now, the legend that he is, his channel keeps thriving. Next is Bart's Cards. Another channel by many names, and he's just been creating tons and tons of content, and there's something always a little bit different, something that, a different card, different parallel, that I may not be aware of, but also there's just some great vintage cards I've seen him feature on his channel, so definitely check him out. Next is Rated Rookie. I can't really add anything more than others have said, so we're going to just leave it at that. Phenomenal collection. Next is Vintage Card Curator, and this is really a nice channel to really hear his story about vintage cards and different issues and different years. So if you want to learn a little bit of something, definitely check his channel out. Great content, and keeps putting it out. Diamondyard Sportscards, been doing it for a long time, as well as New York Yanks Fan 7. It's my next vote, so there's 2 votes there. Again, I'm not going to really add much to the conversation that has not already been said. So forgive me if I'm going to kind of run through some of these pretty quickly. Jimmy Gunz, just a good dude. Going into a gun show, may drink more than I, may drink more than 90% of the population, but still a good dude nevertheless. And he takes care of people, and he genuinely cares about people in this community and his family. So, alright, so now we're getting into 3 that I'm not really seeing a lot of. The first is The Past is Alive, and this is John Jab's channel. Yes, the brother of Eric Jabs. But John is, he's one of us. It's one of those situations where the last name has soured, at least I know, a lot of people from watching him. But it's just a really good dude. And really interesting collections that he has, both in cards and toys and different Hills memorabilia. So definitely check his channel out. There is some kind of overlap to what Jab's family used to be in the flea market stuff and things like that. But he really stayed true to everybody that watched his channel, more so than a lot of big channels that are out there. Next, and this is one where I may be bending the rules a little bit. So, in order to be eligible, you have to be creating content for 3 years, as I understand it. And this individual has been creating content in general for 3 years. May not all be sports card related content, but which has been the past 2+ years. But I'm going to give him my vote anyway. And Jake will have to decide whether it counts or not. And that's Jay Stottlemyre 1. And I wanted to vote for him because our collecting endeavors, if you will, have mirrored one another quite significantly. He's gone from a pretty broad range of players that he would collect, and he slowly whittled it down over the years, specifically over the past year, to Babe Ruth. Essentially, it was down to Ty Cobb and Babe Ruth, and now it's just Babe Ruth. And while I am not that hyper focused, I still have really culled my collection quite a bit, despite what you see behind me. This part's a work in progress of just getting it out. This is largely PC items. But I'm really focusing on specific players, with occasionally straying from that. But when it comes to sports, when it comes to cards, specific players. Because heck, I have enough other collections that I work on too. So Jay Stottlemyre 1 is, I guess, the one that may or may not count. Just put it that way. And my final vote, which was actually the first person I wanted to vote for, because he is incredibly underappreciated in this community. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way toward anybody or toward the community as a whole. But he's been an incredible asset to me as a collector. He's been an incredible friend to me in trying to just have good conversations about life, about cards, about other things. And that's Jericho 941 IMI, Michael Shane. If you want to see a Johnny Bench or Hank Greenberg collection that is far beyond what anybody else possesses, and I have no shame in saying myself included on the Greenberg side, definitely check out Mike's channel. The variety of items that he has, the rarity of the items that a lot of the items that he has, and just absolutely just fantastic material, and is very, very focused on, basically exclusively focused on those two players, with a few exceptions of general Jewish baseball players, which we have that in common. So definitely, of all these channels, if there's one, in my opinion, that you need to go check out Michael. Again, nothing against any of the other channels I've mentioned here, but it really is a absolutely phenomenal collection in both breadth and depth. You're just not going to find it really anywhere else. So those are my nominations for the 2022 YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. Jake, hope you enjoy it. And to everyone else, that's what I got for you this time around. And until next time, please remember to collect what you enjoy what you collect, and don't let anybody, especially the market or YouTuber, dictate that to you. And most importantly, have fun. And have fun by being active in this community. Find your way of participating, whether it's making videos such as this, watching, commenting, going to live streams, group chats, going to your LCS or local card show, or even simply talking about the hobby with family and friends. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. The more you learn, the more your PC will grow, the more people you'll meet, and the more fantastic friendships you'll form. So thank you very much for joining me. Hope to see you again. Have a good one, and bye for now.